We're live. Cool.
We're live. Welcome back, everybody.
This is Father and Son's Truman tutorial on a live feed thing. We're still fooling around with it some, and we hope to find a decent hour for showing. So,
Yep. As soon as I get done with all this weekend work, we can make a set schedule, and then we will continue doing on a certain day at a certain time. Yeah. As of right now, it's just kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, we're just kind of working with it and learning as we go. So,
but now that we have opened up, or not opened up, now that we have
enough subscribers,
we have over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
So we
opened up
our community chat now. So we will be posting our live videos on the community chats, just so that you all know when we're going live. But as of right now, let's see. We still have our Father and Son's Truman tutorial rolling papers. I'm gonna roll me a doobie and smoke it.
Very good.
While we wait for some people to pop on here.
Yeah, they'll get around to it here in a minute.
Yeah.
They told friends and family here in the last half hour.
How's everybody doing? Good. Everybody's garden's good.
Yeah. Look behind us here. My son, he's putting in his own here. These are the Hong Kong gooey clones off of our Hong Kong gooey that we're doing tied down at the garden. They're doing pretty good. One of them looks like got a little sunburn, but that's not too bad. It'll be indoors and they'll be taken off no time at all.
I just brought these in earlier this morning and transplanted them. In one of our previous videos, we showed cutting off the underneath sides of the limbs of the Hong Kong gooey. And hey, Holland! Yo! What's up, buddy? Glad you could make it this time. Sorry we couldn't go live in the garden. Internet there is really spotty, so
we think the garden is too far away from our internet base at the house at the other end of 10 acres. So that's what we're working with as far as trying to find a booster possibly to put by the garden. And we'll see if we can find something like that possibly. So
yeah, you finally made it done. Hey, you want to smoke this Father and Son's Truman tutorial doobie with me? It's gonna be good. Don't candy.
That's great.
Anyway, like we were saying, we're going to be posting all of our live videos on the community chats now that we're well over 1,000 subscribers. We opened up the community chat so we can post any updates or anything on there as well.
Right, yeah.
Let's see.
Sometimes it seems like we're just putting out as many videos as we can, and I don't know if we're putting them out as many as we can, but we're trying to put out the information that seems to be pertinent at the time. The last one that we really did that was a good one was the cleaning of the underside of the canopy. And now our early girls, the Jack Frost plants, have set. I mean, we've got nuggets this big and buds starting this tall. And so that's when we need to put the final selective directions that you want the energy from the roots to go to whatever buds you leave, so that this whole plant, this will be covered with buds from this big to this big or bigger. So however you can do it. So, but that will be our next one here in the next day or so.
Yeah, we'll get a really good in-depth detail of the selective energy
direction
placement.
Okay, that worked.
One of our previous videos when we did
placement. So, we've gotten one of the Jack Frost is about half done, and you can see what's done really well. So, but be patient. We'll show you that on the plant too, and here in a day or so. So keep your eye open for that one, because that really does help. Once you get it cleaned out to where all the energy is going right to the nuggets that you want, they start to swell and really do good. So it kind of forces the plant to move ahead a little faster. Not really faster, just move ahead sooner. So yeah, I guess that is faster, isn't it?
So Holland, you have been a great buddy through all this. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. No kidding.
Just
So I hope the information you
Really-
receive works.
it really
Works
means a
for
lot
you
to
one way or
us.
another.
You're a good buddy, good friend indeed.
That's right.
I think you popped on just after that we said all these 5 plants right back here. These are
Hong Kong.
cuttings off of our Hong Kong gooey plant.
That's right.
We found out it was male, or no, not male.
We
Sorry,
weren't
we
sure.
found out it was
Female.
female after we cut these.
Yeah,
So we were super stoked.
it was a real gamble, just leaning it down, putting it in the hole, tipping it over, and tying it all down, just not knowing that it wasn't male or female. So the gamble paid off, and especially for back here in the indoor room. So
Yeah, can't wait.
see how they're going. 3 months or something like that. We'll see how they do.
Been working on my indoor grow room here. Got just about everything set up. Need to finish a wall over here.
Couple
And-
curtains.
Mylar curtain. I'm gonna put up a Mylar curtain here,
Yeah.
and I got my exhaust
Exhaust there. And
outtake there,
that's right. Your intake's all good. So
and I'm gonna insulate this puppy before the winter.
it'll be good. It'll do well. It doesn't matter how big your indoor thing is, just so long as it's big enough for what you need. I've seen small 4 foot by 4 foot cubby holes put out a plant that filled the cubby hole. So don't be afraid to try to utilize whatever space you can. So
Let's see. At least we didn't get a room of males. Yeah.
that's
You know what?
right.
If we would have found out that the male, the Hong Kong gooey plant was male,
Yeah, we'd have been totally bummed.
throw all these out, chop that one down. You know.
Yeah. So much for
White Berry Crush coming to y'all soon. Thank you very much. We can't wait to try that out. We will grow that just for you, Colin.
That's right. We'll try that out next season or something like
Be able
that.
to stay updated on our videos and check it out. See how she's doing. Well, let's see. Do you want to grow? Do you want us to grow it indoor or outdoor? Because if you want us to grow it outdoor, we can wait till next.
It'll be next spring before we can
Or
do it.
depending on if there's more than one seed, maybe we could try one indoor and try one outdoor.
Well,
next season.
try one indoor, grow it. Make sure it's male or female. Take cuttings for indoors. We can take the male. And this is also a pointer for some people who are in a shorter growing season, a shorter outdoor growing season. I mean, if you have a space indoors like this where you can grow your plants and get them, a couple feet tall, or 3 even, to be able to put them outdoors by Mother's Day. If you're in an area where your plant gets 3 or 4 foot tall by the end of the season, by then it might be 6 or 7 foot tall. So don't be afraid to try to get your plants started early, in January, get your plants going so that they can be, several couple feet tall by the time Mother's Day rolls around. That will also give you a chance to cut the light back and sex them so you can
So
find out, whether they're male or female.
it says they're all feminized seeds, so that's great, excellent,
Cool.
100%. And he knows they were developed for indoor. So
Indoors, okay.
you better, maybe we'll just try it.
Just do them indoors.
Do
We'll
it
see how they
indoor.
go then. Very good.
Rolando, nice to be on the show. Thank you. Welcome.
Love and cheers. Excellent.
What's up? How's your day going? How's the garden?
Yeah. I haven't gotten an answer back on the plants that we got from Alaska yet, but
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure we will. I did ask.
it's about harvest season up there. Huh?
Yeah. Well, the person did it indoors. He said it was 95 days from beginning to end on his indoor room. He was able to black bag the whole room though, which made it really easy. I mean, his whole grow room,
Wow.
he was able to just black bag it, cut out the light. So that's what he did for the flowering part. And black bagging your plants works really well, but you got to remember, whatever time it is you start making it dark, you got to be making it dark within minutes of that time. Okay, if you're half an hour late one day and an hour later, something the next, that's going to booger up your plant. So remember, your plants, when they flower, read the darkness, and the darkness is regular every day. So if you're black bagging your plants at 6 o'clock at night, make sure it's at 6 o'clock, 6:10 or 15, because minutes do matter. Okay, minutes do matter.
So like even like what about like the time change and everything? It does it slowly enough.
Oh, you mean the normal decline of light?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes about
the
2
daylight
minutes
savings
shorter.
time.
No, well, that's just daylight savings time is just a man thing. The light getting darker in the winter or lighter in the fall increases or decreases by about 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night on a kind of even. So they're getting shorter or longer depending on the solstice, by a couple minutes in the morning and at night. So just remember that. So
Hey, what's up, Despo? What up, Nomi? How are you?
Very good.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining. Good to have you. Smoking on some gnome candy.
we tried a little bit there.
These are all of our 5 clones of our Hong Kong gooey.
Oh yeah, you still have one right behind me. Real good too.
Yeah. Check this out, guys.
Yeah, how's that? Think they'll do
Looks-
okay?
Looks beautiful.
We think so. We hope so anyway.
Right.
He's still kind of a rookie
Yes.
at it, but he's getting better.
Been growing with you for how long?
Yeah, I know. About 30 years. No, thank you. We do want to give a shout out to our Curry brothers down in Australia. We talked with them quite a bit here the other night. We had a blast.
Yeah, you know what? Our videos have reached basically worldwide already.
I'm just
So-
blown away.
Yeah, again, huge shout out
To everyone that called,
all the Coorey brothers from Australia. You guys are awesome.
our Serbian dudes.
And thank you for your donation.
Exactly.
We got
yes.
some new strains coming in, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you very
Oh,
much,
yeah.
guys. We'll see what we can do with them.
And like I said, stay tuned, and you'll get regular updates on those.
As we go.
That's right.
That's
On
right.
those
Very
new
good.
plants. The gooey, yes, these are all 5 Hong Kong gooey plants.
Yes, all of
These
them.
were all cuttings off of the underneath sides of the limbs when we cut it off and we bent it over.
Did the Mary Jane.
Yeah, I took all those limbs home and I cloned them all. And I ended up 5 of them. And
They worked
Yeah.
out well.
but like I was saying earlier, we found out that it was a female
Female.
plant after.
Viewing
You know,
some.
listen,
Good.
it is an awesome name, Hong Kong gooey.
Yeah.
It's really weird because I found a
A site, yeah.
dispensary in right downtown Hong Kong, and there was literally nothing that
On the stuff. Yeah.
that labeled the seeds anything. So I'm kind of giving it our own name. It's from Hong Kong, and it's gonna be gooey. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So, no, all the pictures and stuff that were on the page are real pretty, real nice. Most of them were indoor shots. So we're not sure what was really photoshopped, but no, everything looked pretty real as
Yeah.
far as the plants went and stuff. So the buds of the plants look really good. One of the other products that we got from the same seed place in Hong Kong was we got a whole bag of hemp, and it says right on it, not for smoke. It's a food source. So we got a bag of Hong Kong seeds that are, the picture on it was this bud like this big around, about this tall, just
really.
bazillions of seeds in it, and they're a food source. So,
That was literally. Oh, I better go get my charger. Sorry, guys.
oh,
I was going to do that before the video.
yeah. Oh, we got
That was
sidetracked.
literally all that we had to go off of
Was that?
for
Yeah.
the Hong Kong gooey seeds was pictures.
Yeah.
Said nothing, just basically pictures. And one of them turned out to be some good bud. And
good buds.
the other, like I said, was
the food source seeds.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah.
them all put away. We haven't decided what we're going to do with them yet, or if anybody that we may or may not know might want them.
Yep.
So if there's somebody out there that will grow for a food source, give us a jingle. Maybe we can send you half of all we got, because we probably have two, maybe 300 seeds in a bag. So, and hemp seeds boiled and like porridge in a bowl is very, very high in vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin B2, I think. It's really a very good product to eat. It's kind of like multi-meal, believe it or not. So when little Miss Muppet's sitting on her tuffet eating her curds and whey, that's exactly what she's eating, is hemp seeds, because all her pretty little maids are all in a row.
I did see the story on that.
Yeah, so they knew about that back then. And and the original story of Johnny Appleseed wasn't Johnny Appleseed, it was Johnny Hempseed.
She was tripping.
Yeah,
That wasn't the first bowl that she had that.
yeah. So
Okay, let's see. I gotta grab my charger real quick. I was gonna do that before the video, but
we'll make it quick, and
which we're not really a fan of.
no, we're not. No.
We have dogs near our garden, but we don't really let them in.
Yeah, that's right. So, and cats especially, I know they can get everywhere, and they generally do, but still, for others and myself, I mean, I'm asthmatic, and I'm a pretty severe one sometimes. But animal hair in your buds isn't nice. It tastes ratty. It makes you cough. For me, it gives me seizures. I can pass out, and so will someone else that's my condition as well. So please just take concern about your garden, and the animals you let in and around, even places where you dry. Keep the cats and the dogs out. It will pay off better in the long run. Some people it doesn't mind, that it doesn't bother, but other people who may or may not try your smoke may have trouble. So I know I would. So, and that's one of our biggest things, is we really don't let animals in the garden or in the our drying room or anything. So, and we have filters on the intake for the drying rooms and stuff to catch any hair or anything that's coming in to the room, so we don't have to worry about that either. So.
It's so nasty to have hair in your bud, like having hair in your exactly.
It is, yeah.
You light that bowl and see that hair right as you light it. Just hear it sizzle, when you get the burning hair.
Yeah.
Ugh, nasty.
One other thing about that too is spiders in your plants. I have spiders in my plants too, and I try to I don't try to chase them off, but still I try to minimize them some, because cobwebs, and little white spinners and stuff that they put on the leaves and stuff, they also burn and taste really ratty in your smoke. And a cobweb, a spider thread, you can't hardly see it even in the light. So if you got a spider setting up shop in your house, in your plant, just kind of maybe get him like this and move him to another plant off the side of your garden some.
Yeah,
So,
I've noticed a couple of them in my plants
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
But I don't really. I mean, there was a couple that I killed and just kind of wiped the webs out of the plant.
Yeah. But that's all you can really do. But that's another thing. Just remember that spider webs and cobwebs, that sort of thing, taste kind of like hairs do. So that's something else to kind of keep an eye on.
They do suck.
We have had friends from Las Vegas call and say they've had troubles with little millers, like 1 inch across millers, and they're having troubles with white flies, and those things. White flies are kind of like in the ground, I think.
Those little gnat-looking white flies.
Yeah, and there's a couple ways you can try that with what, peroxide and what else, and water.
Yeah, it was a mixture of 3% peroxide, and then 5 or 6% water.
Water, okay.
And then
and then you flush the plant.
You water around your plant and everything, saturated with that, and you can even stir up the soil around that stirs up the larvae of the gnats and everything.
You know, they don't go down very far.
And then you let it dry, and then you flush your plant with regular water. You flush it, and then you can do that a few times if you prefer, but after that you should be good. That will kill all of the larvae and everything. Did we name the milk kit?
Yeah, we did. Actually, a friend of ours came up with the name of it, about 7 years ago, which totally freaked me out, but it just sounded nice. So we just kept it, thanks to her, our friend Lois. So, yeah, no, she was a big gnome fan. She's the one that gave us the gnomes that sleep under our plants and garden at night. So we're pretty thankful for her. So.
Let's see.
Yeah.
The girls are doing good. I think they too much nitrogen.
That's my girl. Let's see if we can read. I put too much nitrogen to some of my plants in cutting the back. Not what was the best thing to do. It's plants are budding now. Yeah. Well, you can flush it out if you want. Just flush it real good with just plain water. For 3 or 4 days, and then give it what it needs. Just remember when you're flushing things out, just kind of ease it back into the fertilizers that you want to use. Don't just give them a big jolt of it. That's the big thing. You want to lock them up so they're not gonna absorb the right nutrients.
Since they're just now starting to bud.
That's right. Yeah.
You got time to flush and start it over.
And then work your way up into a nice 10-30-20. Like I said, we use the Jax Professional 10-30-20. That works really well. And then for the last 3 weeks or so before we harvest, we'll use the 550-18. Maybe a little bit of the 10-30-20 with the 550-18 because you can mix and match them. And bud's really good at the end. So
let's see, cinnamon works great. And on top of the top keeps the gnats away. Same.
Okay, good. That's a good suggestion. That might work.
Okay, I didn't think of that.
Very good. We'll try that. Have to try the cinnamon and see how it works. We got a couple plants we'll try.
I know cinnamon is also good for ants. Ants still like cinnamon.
That's right.
Those little sugar ants.
Yeah.
You just want to kill them.
That'd be a good thing. Also, for a spraying routine, when people have troubles with, mites or worms, larvae, that sort of thing. Most eggs of most insects run anywhere from a 4 to 6 day hatching cycle. So if you spray your plants pretty good for like 3 days, and then wait 1, and then spray again 3 more days, and then wait 1 and see how they are after a week. Then maybe you can back it off and do 2 days and wait 1, and then 2 days and wait 1. But when it comes to spray on your plants or something, don't be cheap. I'm not saying spend an inordinate amount of money on something that's that's really not going to help. But just check into what it is. The perinthins and stuff was one of the main ingredients that really do kill bugs and get rid of them. So other than that, you just have to keep it up and spray often, because bugs aren't going to go away with just 1 or 2 sprays. If you got aphids or mites or something, you're going to be into it for 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
that's
right. So with plants that aren't cleaned out, like the air bubble that we talk about when we trimming and stuff, all of that stuff is going to harbor and hide bugs. So, and don't be afraid to spray the limbs or the stalk either of the plant, because those are the roadways out to the buds. Other than bugs coming in on birds and other things, dogs, cats rubbing up on the plant, that's how bugs like that travel.
Yeah, I've seen bird feathers inside of the bud.
Yeah, that's right. So
just sitting there trimming your bud and see a big old bird leaf.
Yeah.
from one little finch or something.
We in a bottle at home. I even have just a little tiny almost microscopic scorpion that was stuck in one of the buds. So last year we had a pregnant scorpion up the tree or up the plant one time or another. That's the only thing we can figure because it really is. We looked at it a magnifying glass, and it's a baby scorpion. So, but it was barely bigger than the head of a pin. And I haven't any clue how my brother found it, but he did. So just pay attention and any of you spraying, be patient and follow a 3-day one-off thing and see how it goes. If you need to continue for another 3 days, then go ahead. So other than that, just
Mr. Dusenberry, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining. He worked real hard today, he said.
Kick your feet up.
Yeah,
Watch our video.
That's right.
So here, check this out. These are all of our Hong Kong Gooey,
Yeah, look at that.
Hong Kong Gooey clones,
In and doing.
and
In and going.
they are doing just fine.
That's his local grill. Let's see. What else? Cinnamon one. Yeah.
So you put the sand, the cinnamon over the soil, and
Okay.
you put the sand
On top.
on top of that.
Okay.
That way they can't lay their larvae. It's actually a really good idea.
It is.
But like we like to put our other
Ingredients in the dirt.
amendments and nutrients and stuff on the soil, and then we like to mix it in,
Yeah, got a garden
chill
weasel
it in. That way,
till it in with. So.
That way it waters in better.
So.
It's not just laying on top of the soil.
Yeah. So, and when we do that other video that we're talking about where we're selecting where you want your energy to go to the buds you want left on the top of your plants and stuff, we will be adding bone meal, baguana, lime, and worm castings, I think, to just around the bottom of the plants, right around the outside, not too close to the stalk. I like to keep everything about 6 or 8 inches from the stalk all the way around. So there's an area about this big that I really don't water or fertilizer anywhere. So, and some people get right up to the stalk, but I'd rather let them make the roots reach and make them do their job. So,
Hey, olden days, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining, man. How
Very
you
good.
doing? Welcome, real guy. I've got some Shogun running genetics from another YouTube channel.
cool. Yeah, we watched quite a few of the other videos and stuff that are out. We just watched one here earlier that was pretty interesting, and they're on the right track, I think. But they're doing it on a more grand scale than we are here. But still, the way the trimming and training is basically the same, and it's just nice to see someone else doing that. So, and this one was even tipped over. So, but they planted it in and tipped it over. So sometimes growing it in a pot and digging a hole and turning it and sliding it in may not be the most conventional way of doing it, but it also helps. It doesn't strain the stalk so much when you bend it, because like we tipped it over to about 10 o'clock, the stalk. And that's not much bending at all. To get it on the rack and everything that we tied it to, we only had to bend it like that, just a little bit. So a lot less stress. So, and with the rack that comes up and we have it all tied to, everything's going out. So now we put a rack above it, and all these tops are going up to that, so they'll stabilize as they get taller. So
Twisted Roots genetics. Yeah.
cool.
Sounds efficient.
Mondo Moda, thanks.
For the info, I've been washing them with pure water, and they're getting better.
I know right now that they are budding. They do not need too much nitrogen. No, right now your nitrogen is something you should cut back on. They really like the phosphorus and the potash. So that's the second two numbers on your package. You got the 20, 20, 20, 10, 30, 20. So yeah, up your, as long as they've set, you got like little eraser sized buds or something, that's a good time to switch from a a vegetative uh, fertilizer to your blossom booster and stuff like that, and add your Baguana. We like to use a high phosphorus Baguano. We also used to like a bone meal that's higher in potash. So all of these things help. So just back off a little bit on the nitrogen, add a little more of the phosphorus and the potash, and your flowers will respond well. So,
And like I got some new worm castings the other day. This stuff. Let me show you guys here. This stuff is really, really amazing.
it is black.
It is, and it's like
Little little granules and stuff in it.
It's so fine
Very good.
and powdery. This is really, really good.
It will dissolve and go right down into the dirt real easy. Yeah,
That's what we want.
just fine as sand and stuff. It's soft.
This is really good stuff.
Yeah. So that stuff will dissipate real easy, and the plant will absorb it. In the day or a week. The tea that it makes during that time, the plants will absorb right then. So we add the bone meal and the Baguana, the worm castings, and the lime and stuff about every 10 or 12 days.
See, do we have a video of our feeding and food you're using by chance? We did.
We did one back
Just a couple
sometime,
fertilizers.
yeah, and we told you what they were. We, as far as our blossom booster and stuff, we just more or less mentioned it a time or two and showed you a handful in the bottom of a bucket in one of the videos. But still, like I said, we use the Jack's Professional 2020, their blossom booster, their 1030-20, and then their 550-18, which is a violet. It's made for violets, but still the plants love the 50. The phosphorus. So, and it's way low on nitrogen. So we use it for like the last 3 weeks to a month of flowering for the 550-18. And all of these are organic products. You can mix and match them and use one with the other a little bit if you want. And it's just simple. It makes it real easy compared to having to mix your fertilizers before you even get to the 20-20-20 part, get your balances right. So
Let's see. What brand castings was that? I believe that was Wormworks. Wormworks castings.
it's a local.
And yeah, I got it up at one of our local grow shops.
Yeah.
Up here. They're great. But yeah, there was only two different kinds. I don't remember the name of the other one, but that one I got right there is Wormworks castings.
Good. They've been out for several years around here, so they are doing better. They had kind of lumpy stuff here a few years ago, but they figured that out, and it's a nice, clean, fine worm castings now. So they do well.
These big containers here, these are like what? Are these 20
Right here, be about 20 gallons. Yeah,
20 gallons? Or,
20,
and then
25.
those are
About 35 or half a barrel, maybe 35, 40 gallons.
But I figure with the root space, and I don't need that deep. Just
No, they don't need.
I want more round than deep. These things should get pretty big.
Yeah.
That
That's
should
just
be happy.
that's the one thing about like growing in a 5-gallon bucket. Your bucket, your plant in your bucket gets so big, or any pot actually, it gets so big, and then if you don't transplant it, once it gets root bound or something, it's just going to go that big and just go straight up because that's what it normally does. So if you're indoors or something, you don't need anything more than about 14 inches deep. But something big around like this, the bigger around it is, the more the lateral roots have a chance to grow. So your plant will be bigger. So and be do better indoors. So consider that sometime. When I figured that out, I was making wooden boxes, and they were 3 foot square, and they were a foot deep, and I was just putting like 3 plants in each box. This was years ago, and one box I had left over, I just stuck 1 plant in, and at the end of the season, the 1 plant was half again the size of any of the others because it was by itself and it had all that room. So that's when I figured out that it doesn't have to be real deep, but bigger around makes the roots go farther and you'll have a better plant, more stable, and better buds too.
I'm
So,
definitely a fan of the more around.
Yeah.
Let's see, you're using bottle food right now, and you're thinking of switching next run to dry food. I personally like the dry granulated better than the liquid fertilizer.
Yeah. Our stuff is granulated, it's dry. We mix it and let it set the night before I water. That gives everything a chance to dissolve better. But yeah, some bottled foods are, they're not bad. They're really not. But sometimes it's hard to get your mixture right. Sometimes you may mix it a little stiff, sometimes maybe not. So just pay attention to that. And if you can, look up Jack's Professional online. They're online. You can order right from the company. They'll ship right to your door. But they'll send you a whole line of everything they've got, and believe me, they got quite a selection. So not just the three I'm talking about. They've got other things.
Once you order once, you'll be opened up to all of their
all the products they have.
Products.
So, like I said, some time ago, when I first started using Jack's and stuff like that was like 1985 or 86, and I was getting it in a little tiny butter dish like thing, and that worked really well, and until I just started doing more and more, and then I needed bigger things. So calling them off a 1-800 number on the bottom of a package or something is how I got their office number and started having them just ship right to us. So we're really pleased with the Jack stuff. It's all granulated. It's easy to handle. It mixes easy, and
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I really do.
Works really good.
It works and works well.
Ron Sterling, welcome to the show.
Sterling, yes.
Hey, we were just going through comments earlier. I like to go back through the comments. Try to make sure I don't forget any.
Yeah.
We really do. We really try to reach out to everybody.
Get back to others.
Not like most of the shows. There are a few shows that I have found that they actually do interact with you, and that's just really, really cool.
Yeah. Who was it that left for 48 hours?
One of our buddy in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay. A viewer here last week had a question, and I couldn't really give him an answer, but the logic of his thinking was sound, so I just told him to go with what he was thinking. He rigged up a small drip system so his plants did dry out. He was unable to have a friend or someone come take care of his babies while he was gone. He was gone 48 hours, and he thought about turning the lights off instead of leaving lights on, and so he did. We got back to us the other day, and apparently turning the lights off for 48 hours did okay. It didn't harm his plants any. I just imagine kind of put them to sleep a little, but that's better than wigging them out on 48 hours of straight light suddenly.
They're doing great. The buds are looking nice.
I was happy to hear to see someone just try something, but now he knows and we know and you know too. So in the middle of the cycle, if you need to, you can turn your lights off for 48 hours, go do your business, and come back and turn your lights on, be on regular schedule again, and with minimal interruption in the plants.
Or if the power goes out.
Yeah.
If the power goes out, everything shuts down.
That's a good thought too. So after that, we're still kind of unsure, but still 48 hours was a pretty good jolt for being in the dark.
So it might hurt me though.
What's that?
Could there be a chance of it hermaphroditing?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe if it was too much light, maybe. 48 hours of straight light at the very end, right before you cut, or indoors or something, that's okay. That works out pretty well, wigging them out and stuff. But I don't think so. I don't think that was hermaphroditum. That's not enough strain. So I was
Yeah.
glad that things worked out for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. No Hermes. That's not good. My last gnome candy was strawberry gnome candy.
Yeah.
Halfway through the flower cycle, it ended up turning
Male.
male.
Oh, bummer.
So when it was all done, the bud was great. It was beautiful. It smelled great, but it had the little seed pods and everything with seeds that weren't mature.
Yeah. Okay.
I might have had one or two. I'll have to look,
Yeah.
but I might have had one or two. But the rest of them, it wasn't long enough for them to fully mature.
Yeah.
So I didn't get seeds.
Yeah. So hermaphroditing strains and stuff are ones that do. That we don't keep the seeds because if they hermaphrodite in bud, they're going to hermaphrodite on the next cycle more easily. I think so. With our Ruderalis, we were very fortunate to get a clean female, no hermaphroditing at all, and a couple males, no hermaphroditing for them either. So that's why we went ahead and did the seed pollination experiment that we did earlier this spring.
I love doing those. That's fun.
It was fun.
So fun.
But we had people from Alaska where we got the seeds from ask if anything like that had hermaphrodited, and being able to tell them no, they were from a clean female and a clean male. That was pretty cool, and they're jazzed about that. So we are sending seeds back up to where they came from.
That's right. Let's see, you and grow. Hey, I'm a new subscriber. Thank you for
Thank you very much. Yes.
We're here for you guys, and we're sharing all of our knowledge with you guys. So thank you for watching.
That's right. Post any questions you can or something. If we can answer them, we'll try like crazy. If not, you're in the same boat we are. We're in the same boat you are.
It's a dynamic. I wish I could have that with my old man. My life would have been much more happier and really healthier and stronger relationship. I really love our time that we spend in the garden.
It is kick
doing
ass.
these videos. It really does bring us together more.
It does.
And you know what? This is a bunch of memories.
That's right.
Right here. This is all memories.
That's right.
So
When we first started doing this and stuff, I got myself in trouble, and he got took by CSD for almost a year, and
that sucks.
so yeah, it really did suck. So, but when you kind of try to give people in a certain place a better product than what they're getting from the DA, then you kind of get in trouble from the DA. So that's what happened to us. So, but being able to wait till now to do this with my kid is just totally awesome. Yeah. You can do anything you want with your kids. And at the time, he was doing great. He was a good gardener at 8, 9 years old.
My dad, he had a raised deck in the inside room, and I was so short I could get up on that
Walk
deck
around.
and I could walk underneath his lights that he had set up. I could walk around,
And slide
And
plants over to me.
help slide plants over. He would show me how to trim up the plants and everything. And I could slide them back. I could water them. He didn't have to do all that work.
It was really nice. But I tell you, CSD did not like the idea. And at the end of it, in court, they accused me of over-educating my kid, which didn't set with them at all. So, but with us, it was okay. I mean, we made it through, and we're here now. So we're just passing on what we know to you guys. So whatever you do, don't let your minors in the garden.
Yep, no minors.
No minors in the garden. That's just plain and
18
simple.
and under,
Yeah,
steer clear of that.
it's not worth it. They took our home and everything. So shit happens, and sometimes if you slap somebody's face, shit splatters.
And how the things have changed now.
Yes, we are happy that the laws have changed. We're amazed at how the laws are changing. Mailing and growing and for the public. I'm amazed. So
Business brings business into the community too.
it does. That's right. So, and people like me don't have to hide in the closet, to do what we enjoy doing. And I've always been able to do this compared to building or something like that. I'm not a builder. I do garden well.
I'm a builder.
and
I'll build it.
But yeah, we got to, when I was a kid, 8 or 9, we had to spend 3 hours a day in the garden out with grandma. So I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But look who's using it now. I'm the one kid out of 7 kids that does the garden thing. So you may hate it when you're younger, but you'll love it later. So here we are now.
Let's see, Holland. Have you ever successfully grafted a cannabis branch from one of the plants to another? A gnome candy branch notched onto a jack?
Jack Harrow. No, we haven't. I did have a friend that grafted the root system of a grapevine to the stalk of a pot plant. And it actually worked. It took some time and it worked. But we found out later that the plant didn't grow like a pot plant. It grew more like a grapevine, which was okay. I mean, it had kind of weird shaped grapey leaves that weren't looking like grapey leaves, but still it did. It grew, and it had the pot smell. It had the THC crystals, but it took, after he did that, it took, I don't know, almost the whole season for it to really to work, but it did. So it can be done with other things. So maybe we'll have to try one, just to graft one.
Maybe start when they're really young. Maybe.
No. It just needs to be a good solid stalk. One where you put a cut in, and then you cut your V on the plant that you want to graft into it. And you stick it in there, and you wrap it, and then your grafting tile. So, but I'll keep it clean. And yeah, we'll have to try that sometime. Maybe that'd be something for springtime when we try. Like I said, we'll try a gnome candy to, I don't know, whatever other kind of seed we can. Maybe we'll try it to a Hong Kong gooey plant or something.
Grab the Hong Kong gooey and the ruderalis.
You think that'd be good?
Yeah, look at the ruderalis now.
Well, I know the ruderalis is good, but down here, where it's not such weird light, it's still gonna act weird.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see, Rolando, much love, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Rolando. Thanks for watching. Let's see. Tyler Shelby.
Welcome.
Selby.
Welcome to the show.
It's like 30 strains grafted to one mother. Wow. Really cool.
That is.
That'd be a neat thing to see in a picture.
Hey, if you got a link on that, put it in the comments down below.
We'd like to check it out. That'd be cool.
Badass. Yeah.
It's ID on like 20 strain grafted. Wow, that would be almost a different strain for every branch. Excellent.
Okay, try to find that. Yeah, sweet. That'd be
Very good, very good. Maybe we'll have to try something like that in the springtime as well.
We're gonna have to start writing down all these ideas, or maybe you guys can just send us some ideas and keep them coming, and we'll keep doing it.
Trying it and see it.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about.
Oh yeah. Let's see what else.
Tyler Selby, are you recently a new subscriber? I don't recall seeing the notification for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome.
Yes, no kidding. Thank you. We hope our information helps. If you need to check our back videos for possible answers to questions you may have, we do have a few of them out there.
You can also, just message us, and maybe we can make it a little easier, and I'll just send you the link.
Yeah.
So, subscribed a month ago.
Very good, very good.
Must be this weed I'm smoking. Sorry, bro.
No worries.
Thank you. I can remember my.
All in 76 of them.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Send it on.
Send it in. Yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. With more people interacting in these live shows, I'm amazed. We've heard from people in Serbia, Newfoundland, New Guinea, Australia.
Australia.
Hey boys, hi Courage.
Uh,
Courage brothers. Guam, that's right.
Or
Hawaii. Several people in Canada, Kentucky, Vermont.
That's right.
I love it. I can't believe it. It's hello everyone.
Hello world.
We're just a little hole here in Oregon.
Let's see. Smoking some Platinum Tahoe OG meat.
Tahoe. Is that from Tahoe up there?
Platinum Tahoe?
I lived there back in the 70s. I loved it up there. Lake level 6,400 feet. Your plants, if you grow a plant outdoors, it might get 3 foot tall. The elevation is what really does it, but it was kick-ass plants. They were really, really nice. So,
Gnome candy here, brother. Cheers.
Excellent. Go on though, if you smoke Platinum Tahoe.
And
Excellent.
Colin, you better be smoking and watching this.
North Shore, Massachusetts. Excellent. Very good. Do you even
Awesome.
grow?
That's right. Yeah, we're over in Pennsylvania, Maine, and Maryland. All up there in the northeast.
Yeah, Great Lakes area and stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, this has just been really, really fun, and
all the my tech dude here. I don't know diddly squat about all these button pushing things. So, like I said, I do the garden thing. He does the tech stuff, and we're working okay.
I have definitely learned a lot. Just basically teaching myself, and maybe with some help of YouTube and other YouTubers that know a lot. I've been able to learn enough to where we can do this and help everybody out. See,
Tweak and secure. Very good. Smoking a Jack Diesel. Excellent.
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
Diesel Express. Very good.
it's heavy shit.
Yeah, that's kind of make eyes baggy.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the whole idea sometimes.
It's not getting pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the okay from my brother yet whether we're going to do just one coffee plant or whether we're going to do 3 or 4 coffee plants. But he does want some coffee, and he really liked it last year. And the year before was a good try, a good start. And the year before that, the idea just kind of clicked and it barely worked. But like I said, over the years, we've done better. We've gotten more refined at it. So this year, we're going to try it full on and see what we can do. See how it comes out.
Maybe we should do at least half since we got so much gnome candy.
Yeah, we got 8 of them, I think. So maybe we can do 4.
Let's do 4.
We can do 4 coffee
we don't have
plants.
so much gnome candy.
But we found out that the coffee pod it's he said earlier, it's an active high. So it's not one you just kind of get baggy-eyed and sit in your chair. You do go do things because it is an active one. So.
See, Tyler, you harvested your Jack earlier this morning. Can't wait to smoke it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let that dry. Get all trimmed up.
Double M, the Despo. Double Purple Gorilla here. Excellent. Purple Gorilla.
Yeah. Let's hear everybody's strains. Yeah. You kind of, let's see. Purple.
Yeah.
Is it really that purple? I love purple. Good color.
Some of
Purple weed.
darn near black
So
and stuff. So, but I've heard of Purple Gorilla. It'd be nice to try some. I'm sure we'll get around to where we can ship it or send it to who we want, someday. So, but for right now, we just like hearing about who's doing what to their smoke and enjoying it. That's the main thing. A farmer always enjoys his smoke.
I was helping grow a plant. It was an Elvis plant, and nearing the end of the season, it got really cold, like almost a frost, the last frost of the year almost, but it wasn't a full-on freeze. But that freeze basically turned the whole Elvis plant almost black.
Cold weather will do that.
Yeah, and
It's actually kicking the plant in the ass, kind of like the first frost does for the apples and the apple trees. It makes the sugars go. So, yeah.
It was, man, that was so good. So sticky. Let's see, Josie Dozy.
Very good.
And watermelon Skittles. Yeah.
Very good. The thing about frost, yeah, Skittles. I tried Skittles when I was down in Vegas. That was pretty good. Yeah, nice and fruity flavor.
Fruity flavor.
Yeah.
And the smell, like when you grind it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good.
What I was saying about the cold weather, plants are pretty strong and pretty versatile, actually. So if you get a light frost, that's not bad. That'll just kind of jolt them into a little bit of color. If it's got a full-on hard frost, they may be able to handle one, but I'm not sure about two. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on or remember when it comes to fall. So if a cold mornings, it's nothing big deal. It's the frosts, the freezing frost that really hurt. So a second or third frost will definitely damage your plant. So you'll find it wilting and turning all kinds of ugly colors. But like I said, the first light frost or freeze or light, cold snaps, all they're going to do is make the plant do what it's supposed to do and get ready to end. I mean, finish their budding cycle is what it's actually doing. So don't be afraid. If you can cover your plants, like we're going to hopefully be able to do with the top we're putting over our garden and stuff, then you won't have to worry about frost and stuff like that. So
we're almost half done.
Yeah, we still got a long ways to go on that thing, but it's coming in. It's coming in. That's right.
Chore. It's definitely a chore. We can probably only get like four or five run
Panels up.
4 or 5 panels before it just starts to get way too hot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Working from 5 or 6 or so in the morning till 10 or 10:30 before it really starts to get hot here. Yeah, that's hard to do. And doing something in the evening is even harder because you can only work so long till it gets dark. So working in the morning is time.
It gets dark. It usually gets dark within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, we were doing an evening video.
Oh, that one that turned out really dark.
Our video was like 11 minutes long, and
by the time it was done,
it was dark by the time we were done. So, you want some gnome candy? Well, message us, and I'll be able to get taken care of.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. And, yeah, we do have our gnome candy is spreading out too. There's a lot of people that are doing it now that are loving it.
Loving it, yeah. The one guy I haven't heard from in a long, long time was our friend Mr. J from Maine.
Mr. J. Hope everything's all right, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope your gnome candy turns out well. Maine does have a short growing season, but still, after a year or two, the plant will acclimate itself and it should do just fine.
I think one of my next videos that I want to do, I don't know how many of you are good at rolling joints. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube of people rolling joints and how to roll joints, how to, exactly what they do and everything.
Yeah.
But
Excuse me.
I want to do a video on how to roll a joint in under maybe 10 seconds.
Or pretty quick.
How many joints I can roll in a minute. See how many you can roll.
We'll work on that. We'll see about it maybe for our next video or something.
Yep.
Maybe our next live feed or something. We can just get all of our friends here to get stuff ready and do it and see how many they can roll. We'll see how many we can roll. And everybody's sending their times.
Winner, maybe even we'll have a winner. Have a little prize, maybe.
Yeah. We'll figure out something.
All right, guys.
Yeah, we are getting to the countdown, the last 10 seconds or something here. So
anyway, guys, that's our live video for
this impromptu show.
Right. And we will show more updates on the Hong Kong GUIs here.
And the one in the big garden. Yes.
the other garden.
That's right. It's starting to set well. So changes are coming. Enjoy. Have a good time in the garden. Don't be afraid to try something.
Let's see real quick. Tyler, it smells very fruity and fresh. It's like a crispy,
That was cool.
citrus.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, all of you. We love you.
Love you guys.